There's something new to this story. During the Players' Championship, Sergio Garcia claimed Tiger Woods distracted him by pulling a club from his bag, which triggered crowd noise. Tiger responded by saying he did not see Garcia, and of course Marshall gave him the okay. Well, days later, the Marshal told Sports Illustrated the following, quote, "Nothing was said to us, and we certainly said nothing to him. I was disappointed to hear him make those remarks. We're there to help the players and enhance the experience of the fans." He was saying what was good for him. It lacked character. Wow. That's an indictment from a course martial. Meanwhile, the question is this. Does this change your mind about the said feud between the two? And Skip, I'll start with you first.
You know, Stephen A., it does change my mind because yesterday, as you recall, I strongly defended Tiger in large part because I believed his very matter-of-fact statement that the Marshal told me Sergio had already hit. Sergio, of course, was out in the fairway. Tiger was off in the trees. Didn't have a great view back into the fairway because Tiger was surrounded by his gallery as he prepared to hit his escape shot. And now I have to question everything that we swallowed whole yesterday because clearly, Stephen A., this isn't Tiger's first rodeo. Tiger's not naive when it comes to how his gallery is going to respond to his playing partner. And in this case, he had to know that while Sergio was addressing his ball, if Tiger asked his caddy, Joe LaCava, for his 5-wood, all of a sudden, the gallery ringed around Tiger in the woods is going to say, ooh, he's going for it. And they're going to make some noise that might disrupt or distract Sergio out in the fairway before he strikes his shot. So I'm going to consider this now, Stephen A., dirty pool gamesmanship on Tiger's part. There's bad blood between them already. We talked about it yesterday. It goes clear back to the 1999 PGA at Medina in Chicago. Still out of bounds for Tiger. And again, the one Marshal told Sports Illustrated that statement by Tiger lacked character. Man, I lose some respect that I had gained back for Tiger.
Skip Bayless, let me say this. I don't blame you for your position. I understand it. And to some degree, I agree with you. From this perspective that, again, Tiger, there's some question as to the veracity of his statement, how truthful he was. And obviously you got the Marshal calling you out. All of these things don't make Tiger look good. I understand it. You're in the heat of competition. You take into consideration what you educated me about in terms of Tiger Woods' relationship with Sergio Garcia dating back to 14 years ago. When Sergio tried to call him out, he was the up-and-comer and thinking that he was going for the big boy. And he got checked, never won a major.
Never.
All right, all of this other stuff. I get it. I understand it. But for me, I'm going to tell you what resonates. I think people, and I'm just, I'm speculating. Let me preface my comments by saying I understand I may come across as like I'm reaching a little bit here, but bear with me. Ever since Tiger had his fall from grace, it's amazing to me how quick people are to bring his character into question. That's what's resonating with me. You had the whole thing at the Masters. Did Nick Faldo have to come out like that? I understand if you're saying this is the game of golf, it's a gentleman's game, this is what we do. But even you said, wow, that's some strong words from Nick Faldo.
Very.
For what? For what? Sergio Garcia, you reacting the way you did, oh, okay, but don't you take your relationship with Tiger into consideration? The animus that has taken place with you guys, if you know about it, they certainly know about it. Wouldn't you surmise?
Yeah.
Okay? So you're quick to say what you said about him. And to point the finger. You didn't even entertain the possibility that Tiger Woods could have simply made a mistake or that the Marshal could have told him so. You didn't entertain any of that. Before you knew that, you came out with that accusation about Tiger. Now here we are with a Marshal. It's a simple quote. No, we didn't tell Tiger anything.
Yeah.
That's not true. Period. No, do they stop there? No, they don't stop there, Skip. What they do is they go the extra mile. It brings into question his character. You and I both know that in this day and age, if you mention Tiger and character in the same sentence for any reason, what people are going to think about because of all that he's been through in recent years. I don't find that coincidental. I find it a tad bit odd, but I don't find it coincidental, nor do I find it accidental. What I see is a bunch of people on the golf tour that clearly have a level of animosity about Tiger Woods that they haven't elocuted and articulated to the masses, and the second something comes up, they feel the need to sit there and use it as an opportunity to do what they always wanted to do. Case in point, Skip, me and you. Anytime Skip Bayless, if you show up with bad breath around the wrong person, they're gonna talk about you. You know what they're gonna say about me. The point that I'm trying to make to you is, it's people using an excuse to do what they want to do anyway. That's what I suspect with Tiger Woods, which brings into question the veracity and, more importantly, the intent of those who feel the need to say something about him. At least when I look at Tiger, when the reporter was interviewing him yesterday, and he said, "Do you have any regrets? Do you want like Tyler?" No. In other words, he wears his animosity on his sleeve. He is his dismissiveness on his sleeve. He is unapologetic about it, and he is who he is. At least in the end, when it comes to this kind of stuff, Tiger's man enough to be honest about who he dislikes, as opposed to using some innocuous situation as an excuse to dog him. That's all I got to say.
Okay. All interesting points. Let me make this one. Remember, Sports Illustrated's Michael Bamberger talked to not one, but two marshals who were in the vicinity. The head marshal over the first 3 holes and the marshal assigned to Tiger's gallery in the woods. So the two of them said, "Hey, don't blame us because Tiger flat out laid the blame on them." So that's why they're firing back. Hey, that lacks character. You can see where their character got questioned by Tiger. They were shirking their responsibility.
No. Skip, that's not a character. That's not a character thing.
Yeah, but you're blaming them. You're saying that they told you that Sergio had already hit his shot.
But wait a minute. What I'm saying to you is that if he said that, then it might have been diming them out as making a mistake, not diming them out about some flaw in their character. They're using this as an opportunity to attack Tiger's character. I'm not saying that they're wrong. I'm saying, why feel the need to go there?
Okay.
That's my point.
All right. Now, to your bigger point, remember, on NBC on Sunday, Johnny Miller strongly questioned Tiger's drop on 14, where he hit it in the water with that sky hook left. Did he hit it? And I was a little surprised, but I went along with it because he was questioning where did the ball enter the water. And even Casey Wittenberg, his playing partner, said after the round, I talked to Tiger. I said it entered right there. You're right where you should be. The rules official said everything was good. But again, to your point, it's open season now, especially after the Masters incident, to call it into question.
And what I'm saying is, but let's call it out. Mr. Golf aficionado that you are. Let's call it out. It's reason, just like there's reason to question things about Tiger, there's reason to question these people that play with him, that cover him. There's a strong level of subjectivity that has tainted this stuff when it comes to Tiger coverage. And I find it a bit disturbing because all of them have cashed in because of Tiger's presence in this sport.
Okay.
So the same people that sitting there hating on him are the same people that at some point in time or another has cashed in over his presence and the profile that he has allowed to elevate the sport. There's no question. So to me, where's the objectivity? You got people all corners trying to take him down. That's my problem with this.
Okay, but remember, what did we talk about yesterday in conclusion? He called out the media in the press room, in the media room, right? He said,
we get called out all the time.
In this room wrote me off. Well, you're not buying any insurance with those guys or women who cover golf, right?
Skip, if I sat there and went at an athlete every time some athlete had something to say about me or the media, I wouldn't have time to do my job. They all do it. So what? So what? That doesn't absolve us from our responsibility to try to be as objective as we can in reporting on stuff. That's all I'm saying.
But they're just human. So
the hell with that.
Well, look at you, the softer
you're
side
not
of
human.
Skip.
That's right. I forget about that.
Softer side of Skip. Key word though, Stephen A. Subjectivity.
I am a bit elevated in that.
Somewhat.
But go ahead.
Here we go. Coming up next.